Do you know who I am? I could buy this entire block and fire everyone in it, including that worthless little brat." Those words came out of the mouth of a 42-year-old woman wearing a cream Chanel suit and sunglasses that cost more than most people's rent. She stood in my courtroom like she owned it. She didn't. I do. My name is Frank Caprio, and I'm the chief municipal judge here at Providence Municipal Court. I've been on this bench for decades, and I've seen every kind of person walk through that door: rich, poor, scared, angry. But something about this woman made my jaw tighten the second she opened her mouth. If you believe justice should be equal for everyone, you'll want to see what happens next. The girl sitting across from her was 16 years old. Her name was Mia Torres. She wore her high school hoodie and kept her eyes down. Her mother sat beside her, holding her hand. I could see the bruise on Mia's cheek, even from the bench. It was faint, yellowish now, but it had been darker 2 weeks ago. I knew that because I'd seen the photos the prosecutor submitted. This wasn't a traffic case. This was assault, and I don't take that lightly. Case 2026 TR 004718, my bailiff announced. His voice echoed in the quiet room. The State of Rhode Island versus Victoria Ashford Bellingham. I nodded and looked at the defendant. She didn't even flinch. She adjusted her sunglasses and crossed her arms. "Mrs. Bellingham," I said calmly, "you may remove your sunglasses in my courtroom." She hesitated. Then she pulled them off slowly, like it was a favor to me. Her eyes were cold, blue, empty. "Good morning," I continued. "Do you understand why you're here today?" "I understand there's been a misunderstanding," she said. Her voice was smooth, rehearsed. "And I'm here to clear it up so I can get back to my day." I took a breath. "Stay calm, Frank. Stay calm." I looked over at Mia. She was 17 now. Her birthday had passed since the incident. She worked part-time at a family diner called Rosie's Kitchen on the east side. It was the kind of place where the coffee's always hot and the people remember your name. Mia was saving money for college. Her mom worked 2 jobs. Her dad had passed away 3 years ago. She didn't have much, but she worked hard. I respected that. "Miss Torres," I said gently, "can you tell me what happened on the evening of January 10th? Mia looked up. Her voice was quiet but steady. "I was working my shift," she said. "It was busy. Mrs. Bellingham came in with 2 other women. They ordered food. I brought it to them. She said her soup was cold. I offered to heat it up. She threw it at me. The courtroom was silent. She threw the bowl," Mia continued. "It hit my chest. The soup was hot. It burned. Then she stood up and slapped me across the face. She called me stupid. She said I didn't deserve to serve people like her." I felt my chest tighten. I looked at Mrs. Bellingham. She was staring at her nails. "Mrs. Bellingham," I said, "is that what happened?" She sighed, like I was bothering her. "Your Honor," she said, dragging out the words, "the soup was cold. The service was terrible. I may have raised my voice, but I certainly didn't assault anyone. This girl is exaggerating to get money out of me. It's obvious." I leaned forward. "You're saying you didn't slap her?" "I'm saying she's lying." Mia's mother stood up. "That's not true. My daughter came home crying. She had a handprint on her face." "Ma'am," I said gently, "please sit down. I'll handle this." She sat, but her eyes were full of fire. I turned back to Mrs. Bellingham. "Do you have any proof that Miss Torres is lying?" She smiled. It wasn't a kind smile. "Your Honor, I have 3 luxury cars, a home in Newport, and a husband who sits on the board of 2 hospitals. Do you really think I need to hit a waitress?" The room went still. That was her first mistake. She thought her money mattered here. It didn't. "Mrs. Bellingham," I said slowly, "your bank account doesn't decide what's true. Evidence does. And right now, I have a witness statement from the diner manager, photos of Miss Torres's injuries, and a police report. What do you have?" She laughed, actually laughed. "I have a lawyer on retainer who could tie this case up for years." I didn't blink. "That's not an answer." She rolled her eyes. "Fine, I'll pay the girl off. How much does she want? 1,000? 2? I'll write a check right now." Mia's mother gasped. I raised my hand to stop her from speaking. Mrs. Bellingham, I said, my voice harder now, this is not a negotiation. This is a courtroom. You are not buying your way out of this. She leaned back in her chair and smirked. We'll see. That was her second mistake. I nodded to the prosecutor. He stood and approached the bench. Your Honor, I'd like to enter Exhibit A into evidence. He handed me a plastic bag. Inside was Mia's work shirt. It was stained, soup and blood. The burn had broken the skin on her collarbone. I held it up. Mrs. Bellingham, do you see this? She glanced at it and shrugged. So? So this is the shirt Mia Torres was wearing when you attacked her. The stain matches the soup you ordered. The blood is hers. The hospital report confirms the burn was fresh that night. She waved her hand. That doesn't prove I did anything. She could have spilled it herself. I set the shirt down. Let's move to Exhibit B. The prosecutor pulled out his phone and connected it to the courtroom screen. A video started playing. It was security footage from Rosie's kitchen, black and white, a little grainy, but clear enough. The timestamp read January 10th, 7:42 p.m. There she was, Mrs. Bellingham, sitting at a booth. Mia approached with a tray. She set down the food. Mrs. Bellingham said something. Mia nodded and reached for the soup bowl. Mrs. Bellingham grabbed it first and threw it. Mia stumbled back. Then Mrs. Bellingham stood, walked around the table, and slapped Mia hard across the face. The room gasped. I paused the video. Mrs. Bellingham, I said quietly, would you like to revise your statement? Her face went red. She sat up straight. That video is misleading. You can't hear what she said to me. She was rude. She provoked me. She provoked you, I repeated, by doing her job. By disrespecting me. Her voice was louder now, sharper. I am a Bellingham. My husband's family built half this city. I don't have to tolerate being treated like trash by some teenage nobody. The room erupted. People shouted. My bailiff stepped forward. Order! I hit my gavel once, hard. The room went quiet. I looked at Mrs. Bellingham. Her chest was heaving. Her mask was slipping. Mrs. Bellingham, I said, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to think very carefully before you answer. She crossed her arms. Go ahead. Do you believe, I said slowly, that your money makes you better than Mia Torres? She didn't hesitate. Yes. The room exploded. 10 seconds of silence followed, not because people were quiet, because I made them be. I stared at her. She stared back. She didn't blink, didn't flinch. She meant it. That was the moment. The moment I knew exactly what kind of person she was. I leaned back in my chair. I took off my glasses. I rubbed my eyes. Then I put them back on. Mrs. Victoria Ashford Bellingham, I said, using her full name. I have been a judge for a very long time. I have seen people lie. I have seen people cry. I have seen people beg. But I have never, in all my years, seen someone stand in my courtroom and admit out loud that they believe they are worth more than another human being because of their bank account. She opened her mouth. I held up my hand. I'm not finished. She closed it. You came into a diner, I continued, where a 16-year-old girl was working hard to help her family. You disrespected her. You assaulted her. You burned her. You humiliated her. And now you stand here and tell me she deserved it because you have money and she doesn't. I leaned forward. Let me tell you something, Mrs. Bellingham. Mia Torres is worth 10 of you. She works 2 jobs and goes to school. She helps her mother pay the bills. She doesn't complain. She doesn't look down on anyone. She treats people with respect. You could learn something from her. Her jaw tightened. You don't know anything about me. I know enough, I said. I know you think your money protects you. I know you think you're above the law. And I know you're wrong. I picked up my pen. Here's what's going to happen. She straightened in her chair. For the first time, she looked nervous. You are hereby ordered to pay $15,000 in restitution to Mia Torres, $10,000 for pain and suffering, $5,000 for medical expenses and lost wages. Her eyes went wide. 15,000? For a slap? I'm not done, I said coldly. She went quiet. You will also pay a fine of $25,000 to the state of Rhode Island for assault and battery. That's ridiculous. Your driver's license is suspended for 6 months. You can't do that. I just did. You will complete 300 hours of community service. She laughed, bitter and sharp. Community service? I don't have time for that. You'll make time, I said. You will serve those hours at Rosie's Kitchen, the same diner where you assaulted Miss Torres. You will work in the kitchen. You will wash dishes. You will clean tables. You will do whatever the manager tells you to do, and you will do it every Saturday and Sunday for the next 6 months. Her mouth fell open. You're joking. Do I look like I'm joking? She didn't answer. You will also write a handwritten apology to Mia Torres. No lawyers, no assistants. You. 1 full page. You will read it aloud in this courtroom in 30 days, and Mia will decide if she accepts it. This is insane, she whispered. I'm still not finished. She looked like she might cry. Good. You will also give a 15-minute talk at Providence High School about respect and accountability. The date will be set by the court. It will be recorded. If you miss it, you go to jail. You can't send me to jail? Try me. She stood up. Her chair scraped loudly. I will appeal this. My lawyers will destroy you. I stood too. Sit down, Mrs. Bellingham. No. My bailiff stepped forward. Sit down. She didn't move. Mrs. Bellingham, I said, my voice low and steady, if you do not sit down right now, I will hold you in contempt of court. That means you will be taken into custody immediately. You will spend the night in a cell, and your sentence will double. Your choice. She stared at me. Her hands were shaking. Slowly, she sat. Smart choice, I said. I sat back down. One more thing, I added. If you violate any part of this sentence, if you miss even 1 hour of community service, if you speak to Mia Torres outside of court-approved settings, or if you attempt to intimidate her in any way, you will serve 90 days in the Women's Correctional Facility. Do you understand? She didn't answer. Mrs. Bellingham, do you understand? Yes, she whispered. I didn't hear you. Yes, she shouted. I nodded. Good. Court is adjourned. I hit my gavel. Mrs. Bellingham stood and stormed out. Her heels clicked on the floor like gunshots. The door slammed behind her. Mia sat frozen. Her mother hugged her. She was crying now, but they were good tears. I called them forward. Miss Torres, I said gently, I'm sorry this happened to you. You didn't deserve it, but I want you to know something. You handled yourself with grace today. You told the truth. You stood up for yourself. That takes courage. Don't ever let anyone make you feel small. She nodded. Tears ran down her face. Thank you, Judge Caprio, she whispered. You're going to do great things, I said. I know it. She smiled, a real smile. They left. I sat alone in the courtroom for a moment. The room was empty now, quiet. I thought about Mrs. Bellingham. I wondered if she'd learn anything. I wondered if she'd change. Probably not. People like her rarely do. But Mia would remember this day. She'd remember that someone stood up for her, that someone saw her worth. And maybe that's enough. Justice isn't always about punishment. Sometimes it's about showing people they matter, that they're seen, that they're valued. Mia Torres mattered, and in my courtroom, everyone is equal, no matter how much money you have.